Hello, I'm Louise Harris from Last Research and Editing and Christian Marketing Experts. And this week on The Last Word, we're going to be talking about content and length. So let's get started. We live in a world where everybody wants things fast and they want the answers quickly and they don't want to spend time reading, and that's fine. But sometimes to convey a message, you need a little bit more length than 500 characters. If you're trying to provide tips, for example, as a way to help other people get better at their job, then you want to be able to write more than a paragraph. But with X and Meta and Alignable, the goal is to be short and punchy, but not necessarily to give anything in depth. Now, I'm not saying that you want to post a book, because that's not going to work either. That's going to be too long. But if you're writing on social media and you want to give tips to people and you're not doing it in a blog form, then a couple paragraphs should be allowed. If it's not allowed, then you have to move on to things like LinkedIn, where they have that article option, or you can write it on your blog site and then a link on social media, which is what most of the social media wants you to do anyway. They want you to put a link. But Alignable doesn't allow a link either. They just give you, say, you can write it in 500 characters, and that's it. So sometimes that's helpful, sometimes it's not. It might help to get people engaged, but if they're engaged in the conversation, I think they would be engaged anyway. So, but then you have people that think Google wants everything super long. So you have the SEO experts who say that it has to be 1,000 to 1,500 words to be effective. Well, maybe for search engines that would be effective, but that's not what readers want. They want short, so they don't want to sit through a 1,500 word article. They'll read the first paragraph or maybe the first two paragraphs, and then they'll jump off to something else. So to me, the sweet spot for content should be 2 to 3 paragraphs for everything, because that's what people read, and that's what would be long enough to give your point across, and even long enough to allow search engines to find the keywords. But you have to follow the rules of the platform. So if your platform only allows 500, then you have to do that. I would say write it on your blog, put in a link, write a paragraph, and then in the comments write another paragraph. But keep your posts to 0 to 500 words total, and you'll be fine. I invite you to visit my websites, www.lastresearchandediting.com, www.christianmarketingexperts.com, www.amazon.com/author/Louise Harris. I want to thank all those who attended the craft fair at the Orchards of Radcliffe in Port Richey, Florida. I did really well, and it was a good event, and I'm glad that it was successful for the organization as well, because the organization told me that it was their first time doing this, so I'm glad that they had to turn people away, and I'm glad they got people. The vendors were happy because they were selling things and they got the turnout that they wanted, and it was just a really great event yesterday. I also want to thank you for watching, and if you have not subscribed, please do. It does help my ranking in YouTube, and it also increases brand awareness. Today is Sunday. If you download my books, they're still, the e-books are still free until the end of today. Then they're going to go back to regular prices. So, have a good day. Keep smiling. Don't worry. Be happy.